이 둘다 딱 제대로 보네. 로익 세코크마다 어떻게 대방수 지고 그러면 되니까. 셰프들이 제가 나서고 있는 거 시, 저렇게 또 못했다. 아마 저는 딱 채널아 참 예산이 그렇고 던져는 되니까 하면 돼. 그렇게 채널은 메나 그러나 그렇고 살다 쓸고 그러면 이 그렇게 세코 사고 그게 아니 때문에 이제는 우리 좀 참았다. 아 채널은 요트도 리스트 용아 쓸고 그러면 다 그것도 지고 있는 거 같아요. 다 고칼 건데 다 컨텐츠 우리 라 고트게 그것도 그러지 않는데 그것도 거라고 이직한 거. 티카트에 나요 그 제설 거니까 어떤 데이트나 가서니까 그것이 이주를 때 돈을 니게 티라고 좀 맞습니다. 어떻게 도고 어떻게 시작부터 좀 하나 안 되는 문제는 나왔을 거네요. 생각보다 다또 이게 나죠. 다 현에 나죠. 제 담당하게 의견을 물었을 거네요. 근데 짧은 코스 대나는 딱 그. 저 소통 이러나? 나는 소화 어제는 봐도 늘 소화를 못 하고 소화를 그렇게 있다는데 매주 계시습니다. 너무 그게 어디
Despite years of torture and imprisonment, this man is determined to continue to fight the Chinese. More recently, he has been investigating the government's population control policies.
그래서 너무 급장이 지고 지고 오는 않고 아마 진짜 저기 잡아주지. 그래서 때는 럭터리 군도 요늘이다. 나도 근데 니티나 이거 토스나는 문턴이지.
Tash had made contact with a woman who claimed to have personal experience of enforced sterilization. She asked the team to arrive in the early hours of the morning, terrified of the consequences of foreigners being seen coming to her house. Tash Despa has now been in Tibet for over 2 months investigating life under Chinese rule. After talking to forcibly resettled nomads and those who say they've suffered torture and arbitrary arrest, he is now investigating another way in which the Chinese allegedly attempt to control the Tibetan population.
I'm on the way to meet a lady who are like many women, had a forced sterilization, and she's very nervous. So we had to go to at night so that nobody can see us. So far we have been very lucky to speak to these people without any problems with police. So we're hoping it will go very smoothly tonight. The house should be down here, so we're nearly there. I can see the lights.
She says she had a child out of quota under the terms of China's one-child policy. As a result, she was given the choice of either a fine she couldn't pay or sterilization.
그때 서터노 이게 니도나 나고 타고는 어디나 사건 주나지 다양 부분 주사 저마지다 마테도 좀
아니 지금 기했다.
그래서 근데 자라 아니 내일도 있다 힘들죠. 그래서 막 퍼드트 있었는데 아니 지금 근데 돼. 그래서 지금 그 유크레인 상황이라 디모 자, 랑랑 사지에다 같이 있는. 그때 가게 성그 얘 디노가다 나 관이를 들어보고 만나거든. 이렇게 በመረጥ 저ዝረማ게 ሰላጋች ፍስንተ ሰፈናት ሰሪ 저ዝረኩ ማክ ተቲምና ናፑንዶች ከመድጋ ጉሜቱታ 메메스ቱቱ ናካቻቹ ነ ቹ츠미 ተስማካንዳ ರಂಗ 하지네 ರಂಗ ತಗೊಂಡಿ 저 저는 그 정도 그 정도한테 구무 달아는 거 숨지
시작도는 후나 그래 아마 저도 속거든
저기 작산에 좀 트레이너 좀 아, 그러는 말이야. 그러면 다 잡고 주디오는
정말 잠불이 시작도는
다 잼부를 잡아요. 소들이 해는 좀 치료. 잼부를 문화민 거네. 다 저태주 대만이나 저태주 동대 나라 잘랐어도 내가 지지들 걸 시작하는 거 찍어서 내가 작전에 그이가 소단하던 거 사진비 주주 세대는 거니. 그러다 저 작전에 지들어 쓰고 있지.
The Chinese government says the one-child policy does not apply to Tibetans. But this woman's experience is far from unique. In 2002, a UN Special Rapporteur said women in Tibet are subjected to forced sterilization, forced abortion, coercive birth control policies, and the monitoring of menstrual cycles. China is able to exert this intimidating control over the people of Tibet partly through sheer numbers. Migrant workers from China have flooded into the capital in recent years, encouraged by the government. Official business has to be conducted in Mandarin, so Tibetans are at a significant disadvantage. As a result, observers estimate that around half the population of Lhasa is now Han Chinese, and the vast majority of businesses are Chinese-owned. It was these shops and offices that bore the brunt of Tibetan anger in the protests over recent weeks. Since the railway connecting Lhasa to Beijing opened in 2006, Tibetans fear it has become easier for Han Chinese to settle here. It has also been claimed that the railway is used to export minerals and raw materials to China's industrial heartland, to fuel the country's economic growth, and to satisfy the West's desire for cheap Chinese-made goods. But with huge economic gains to be made in the region, Tibet's oil reserves alone are estimated to be worth around $4 trillion. It's unlikely China will loosen control. So far, the team had managed to avoid the attention of Chinese security. But when a group of American protesters flew an anti-Chinese banner on Mount Everest, surveillance on foreigners was significantly tightened everywhere. Tash had arranged to meet a student active in the Free Tibet movement, but because of the increased security, he got nervous and pulled out.
A few months ago, he was helping a monk to find a new place because the monk was new here. And then, after a few days, the security come to him saying that don't contact with monks. I thought he was definitely going to talk to me. And I was really confident, but I didn't know he was been watching and following. So today I spoke to him and he said that he's been followed and, watching. So I'm glad he didn't talk.
Does that make you worried at all that you're being watched?
Yes. Because I've met lots of people